Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 78. The time has come and this will be doing a full participation to enter for having 4 races in American Clubman Cup 700. But this time, you'll have to go for only a 2-part conclusion in this part of the video segment, folks. So I just come to thinking because after being cleared for only 2 races on American FR Challenge 550, it's all about FR cars to go for having a good classic and modern muscle cars all together. So onto the event directory. After being cleared for only 3 races on the American Clubman Cup 700 to be on the progress in 42%, they will be having 4 more races is now being added from the previous updates. Then let's have a good look, and here we got 2 races in the US, 1 for Australia and 1 for Japan. Only 5 laps to be in Watkins Glen Long Course, Trial Mountain Circuit, Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit, and reverse direction on High Speed Ring. Okay, looks like this will be doing the perfect time is going to be set and go challenging on the long course layout after being cleared for only a short layout from the FR challenge on the same American title. Then let's do this, and just going to choose any kinds of American vehicle as I'm about to go by pick from my disposal, as I'm about to have one best recommend suitable by choice. By having Ford, Dodge, Chevy, and the Shelby Cobra, as I'm about to be ready to save later on to be entered on race number 2 or onwards to be well chosen by the optional. But I might have to be start out and go for the Ford Mustang GT 2015 to be entered to have my UDRS InSprotect livery to have a custom parts are now being set and fully installed to become as a Clubman Cup racer. But this time, it'll have to take 1 American car to go feel proud and make my shine to go enter to be continue on to have the 4th race event a ball moment. 5 laps will have to take much more longer because the challenges will be made to be well doing it to have a good best American car for your own favorite pick. This is going to be the best moment ever yet. Let's proceed, and here we have Angel Inostroza and Andrew Brooks on the race menu interaction. I'm Angel Inostroza from Chile. If you can run straight through the chicane in the middle of this track, it'll save you time. Check and note it. Thank you for the reminder heads up, Angel Inostroza. I'll have to do my best and just going to learn well and master the chicane in the middle of the track. And for Andrew Brooks, I'm Andrew Brooks from Canada. If this is your first time racing on this track, I recommend practicing with circuit experience. You will be able to plan your each section, which will in turn save you time. I got it all checked out and fully well practiced to be experienced on long course, Andrew Brooks. It's all about learning the matters of the corners and elevation to the long course session on Watkins Glen. Then let's get the show on the road and have the 4th race to be going on green light to have the Ford Mustang to have a good packing up with a good speed. Let's roll and dive in at the first turn. It packs up by having a good peak of under 800 horsepower, but it'll have to take plenty of more handling that will have to save some time. Okay, let's go kick it up on the high gear. Long straight up ahead, and here comes the 10th position driver is Regalado on the blue Dodge Viper GTS. Okay, gonna have to keep a good hold on the line. You'll have to take 16 seconds on the gap. We'll have to buy some time and don't get yourself too overwhelmed. Okay, traction set to be on 1. You'll have to keep a good torque on the peak of acceleration to give a good enough. Okay, going by the chute and do on the inside. Climbing up. Alright, that's very good. My Mustang still got a lot of good speed and handling to keep a good mid-condition to go clean racing. I'm on the 8. Now catch us up onto a Wilk, followed by our Gaines in position 6. But maybe that would be doing a much more better to see which is going to be the better, more improved of the Ford Mustang. The Shelby GT350R is actually to have a good, excellent, modern-sized muscle car to become as a true successor before the Mustang Shelby GT500 2020 model. But look at the fastest lap, folks. Recently took by 2 minutes, 2.842 seconds as onward to be entered on lap number 2. Let's keep up the good torque and stay on the line. Whenever you might need to use any best muscle car to go modern or classic, this will have to take a good matter of step to stay on the line and focusing on your opponent. Okay, here's Kajal on 3rd place, followed by in position number 4 in the blue Corvette 4th generation. Gonna have to keep up the good work and stay around. Okay, I got the right direction and go back to the chute. I mean, my Mustang still got a lot of good peak of acceleration after being purchased with some few parts to go by apply upgrade. But it could be quite more helpful to stay strong and go for the win. Okay, it's only down to Andrew Brooks and Angel Inostroza, 1st and 2nd place. Okay, going on the left. Turn 9 clear to go by turn 10 in the final sector. Angel Inostroza is actually driving in the 2nd generation Dodge Viper SRT10. But there he is right now. One blue with white stripes in the GTS style is just coming around onto position 2. 3rd lap to be on the halfway mark. And there's Andrew Brooks, Ford Mustang Shelby GT350R. This will be doing much thrill of American excitement to have 2 Fords and a Dodge Viper SRT10 to be in the top 3 position. So gonna have to hold the line and stay on the offense to get there. Okay, let's do the bus stop chicane to go around. One American car at a time and take a patient. Okay, got the opening. And overtake the Ford Shelby GT350R on the lead and go for having a good best street racing discipline to become as a Clubman car competition. What can I say? It takes a lot of patience to go speed up a bit more faster. Okay, going by the 3rd lap is almost there towards the end. Going up on gear number 3. So you see, folks, I'm always gonna have to be preferred to do one part of the passive skill is gonna have to keep a good smooth on the gas and the throttle itself to be keeping a good holding together. That's how I just actually to be recently done to be entered on Circuit Experience for my first season. But I mean, it takes a long time and do some practices is going to be mastered on the long course around in Watkins Glen International. But very perfectly to have a good 6-hour endurance to be exclusive to be entered to be sponsored by IMSA for the annual endurance race. Hopefully, if anybody really wants to see that race to go for having a same 6-hour endurance, that will be during the perfect time in 2024 for the next season. But speaking of which, until after December 2023, there's gonna have to take a good annual for the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona for IMSA is gonna be coming up soon. But it takes exactly over a month away. Okay, gonna have to keep a good torque to be stay on the line. Looks like Brooks and Enostrosa are about to catch up onto my separate gap. Breaking up the 5 second. Now go on to the next sector. Okay, that's very good. Follow the line and just follow the sight. Almost there to have the final lap to be coming up soon, folks. Lap number 4 is almost there towards the end. This has come down to this one, folks. The final lap for having race number 4 in Watkins Glen International to have my Ford Mustang GT 2015 UDRS Inspirtech livery to go for having a good rolling competition to be smooth, patient, and have a fastest lap time by under 2 minutes. Also for having 1 minute, 58.844 seconds is doing a good thrill of the grueling run for having a short amount of time. I'm surely that might have to take a good matter of skills to do some tuning work and adds up with some good amount of horsepower. But suggestion is gonna have to take a matter of performance point. We'll have to give it in and give it all out to see what you can learn so far. Okay, take one more shoot to go on the next corner. They still actually tried to keep up with me. It can still take matter of potential. We'll have to do some matter of experience to catch up with some underestimated opponent. So let's bring my Mustang home to the finish line and let's finish up onto the last few corners remaining. Keep it steady and hold it up. Last sector to go by turn 10 and 11. I guess it's about to get closer. And successfully on the gold medal at the finish line. First place on race number 4, you guys. Taking a good, successful, clean run on long course session in Watkins Glen International. Now that's a good American Clubman Cup competition indeed. Exactly by over 10 minutes. Fastest lap I took in number 5 is 1 minute, 58.267 seconds. Very good. Pump up the good speed and torque of the balance, but 105,000 credits is now adding up as an extra. Alright, looks like 4-star roulette ticket is now being received, and earlier they have a good perfect moment on Christmas time. Now we're having a moment on replay to have this one. Just give me one symbol jumping in and have that scene. Okay, that one is less blurry. Gonna have to find a good perfect match of the view. Okay, this spot should be doing right where Alright folks, looks like this spot is going to be right over here. Just going to hold it and wait for the matching thumbnail to get closer to have a different scene of the view. So I have to keep pressing the X button to have this one to be right over here. Okay, looks like that is perfecto and almost to be exactly to have a good well matched replay. Okay, so that's race number 4 check on American Clubman Cup 700. Next up, Trial Mountain Circuit to have another 5-lap challenge to go for having a different best classic muscle car to have a good amount of horsepower since the 1960s. Gonna have to check again on event directory, progress at 57%. Then let's go to the Trial Mountain Circuit to have another round. Alright, time for me and choose the Shelby Cobra 427 1966. A classic high-performance muscle car is being built and designed by Carroll Shelby himself. But this will have to take good matter of recommendation that you might need to have some tire compound in a sports category. Other kinds of different options that you might need to do some supercharger, intake and exhaust, engine tuning, and bodywork, any kinds of different adjustment that you might need to be well used and use it wisely. But it's very high expensive to see this good Cobra is quite very good and vintage. Now, time to go old classic and do the old fashioned way to have a good race and have a good moment to be racing around on one of the legendary Gran Turismo racetrack. Trial Mountain Circuit, out we go, and have a good 5-lap challenge is gonna have to take a hard tuning work to go challenging with some good modern muscle car to see how one stronger classic will be capable and still pack up by having a good strong amount of horsepower by 484. Here we have Tapai for having a race menu interaction. I'm Adam Tapai from Hungary. The Ford Mustang I'll be racing in is the quintessential American muscle car. What I love about these cars is the roar of their large V8 engines. Yes sirree, Tapai. It's all about American cars with V8 engine has a lot of good excellent sound of the roar engine to this day. Proud American and more opponents to have some few organized and go for the starting grid. Let's get it on and drive stronger to have the Cobra 427 is actually to become Carroll Shelby's most legacy iconic signature vehicle ever yet. I had to keep a good extra careful for having one clean race to be on the mid condition. You know, the sound of the V8 engine is actually to have a good sound capable to have a sweet roar of the engine. Very much more indeed to see how the Shelby Cobra to be entered on American Clubman Cup 700 on race number 5. Hopefully, by adding up with the 7th generation Corvette and the Ford GT40 is now being joined in as well. This will be doing a perfect time and go all out to see how Ford, Dodge, and Chevy to see how Shelby can actually to become a true muscle car dominance in America. And here comes the second straightaway. Pack it up and go by gear number 5. I'm on the 6th and go proceed by early brake. So I had to watch myself before approaching on turn 9. Okay, coming up on the final sector. Keep it up and follow the line whenever I have to get closer to the Ford Focus RS 2018 in position 5, driven by R Gaines. Just like old times back from Gran Turismo 2, and new challenges and skill in Gran Turismo 7. Feels so nostalgia to enjoy to have this most fine, awesome, monstrous muscle car to be built, to have a good over 400 horsepower, to have a good supercharger, and a fully customizable transmission to go by 5-speed gear. First lap down, proceed on lap number 2. Okay, coming up on 4th place. Gonna have to be patient and wait for the clear opening to have a respawn handling towards Regalato's position on the number 4. Okay, that's a good Dodge Viper GTS overtake. 3 more to go. And that leads to Igor Fraka, Daniel Soares, and Adam Kajal. Just only 9.7 seconds left. Keep going. Just like ever before when you're entered on Music Rally, just listening to survive. Well, there's no time to do some listening to music during the race time because I just really might need to keep this going to be much smoother and keep a good concentration for every one event. But it's getting closer to have the first part in American Clubman Cup 700 to have part 2 coming up. But I'll have to keep a good enough time and save the duration on this part of the content video. Okay, there he is on the Chevy Camaro SS 2016. There we go. Feel the horizon and much to be exactly on the morning. Okay, close call. I'll have to let him pass on the first turn. Save later until after turn number 3. Okay, such good smooth driving potential on the handling. You'll have to take sector 2 to go on and on to do this. Okay, on the inside at turn 8. 4.3 seconds to catch up to Iko Fraka on the Corvette C7 2014. Okay, hold the line. Gonna have to do the inside position to go for having a right direction. Almost there, folks. I can see Eco Fraga on the Corvette C7 Stingray just right up ahead in about 1.2 seconds left. Okay, have the final turn clear. Wow, looks like the sunlight just getting right towards me when I'm driving. But thank goodness for the realistic is giving me a very good high definition to go for having a nice scene. Fourth lap, almost there. Just gonna have to take a few more turns remaining to be on the forward direction and then stop around on turn number 4 at the tunnel. But still, I just really might need to have my fastest lap record from lap number 2 to go updated. You'll have to pack up with some good speed, corner, and handling to have 3 types of recipe to go for only one matter of clean skill. Now when it comes to that, experts will have to say one strong legendary muscle car will have to keep a good basic and do some old-fashioned way when the new ones in the 21st century will might need to do some experience like this one. A bit more top-notch than that. Getting closer and proceed to be on the third and final sector. Right past onto the lake view to be seen by Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Okay, keep that torque up on gear number 2. When the morning comes out, late morning as the final lap to be entered to have a good moment of time until lunchtime in 12 o'clock p.m. is going to have to be on the noon. This is it, folks. Total time and progression in about 8 minutes until 9 minutes to be time elapsed. So I'm always going to have to keep a good watchful eye on the total time and fastest lap time to be well achieved by improvement by 2 minutes 7.913 seconds. So gonna have to take some few turns and practices since I just already got everything done from circuit experience. But more to come because Super License exam will have to wait later on. I just really might need to do some more training to go beyond expert to become as the master expert. Okay, looks like it's already midnight, only in real time, and still come around to be on daytime in in-game time. So whenever you might need to choose your any favorite American car, then experience, practice, then test your skills whenever you might need to keep a good flow on the technique. But it either that might have to go for having a capable, strong amount of horsepower to go applied overtake if you can. But it takes exactly around by 700 or 800 horsepower for every American car that has a good amount of strong performance. But only for this Shelby Cobra, it still have a lot of good potential for only one sports soft compound tires to its day, and history will be repeat itself. First place on the podium. One good old classic Shelby Cobra still got some good tricks and skill. We'll do it much proud nostalgia by having every Gran Turismo games from GT2 and onwards to GT7. But exactly by almost 10 minutes to have a good current total time by under 11 minutes. Fastest lap time I just recently took by 2 minutes, 7.913 seconds when driving in the Cobra 427 1966. But very good job to see some few opponents to have a good modern muscle car and few to have a less classic muscle car like the second generation Corvette C2 1963. And also for the Ford GT40 Mark I 1966. It still have a vintage by a classic for only one American icon. So let's tally up the result and outcome for only one clean race to have 135,000 credits after clear from race number 5 on Trial Mountain Circuit. But very good, and 17.1 miles as today's driving marathon to go for a brand new day. But by the way, maybe one replay to have a good captured thumbnail image just to see how a matter of daytime to go for having a bright moment. Maybe this will have to take short amount of patience to have a good part of the scene. Just going to wait right over here, and this one should be quite very good. Well folks, it takes matter of patience, minor fixes, and updated for this content video just to make sure that I'll have to leave it to myself and go for having a minor maintenance to have this live stream video until when it comes in to have a complete addition to my own. And a matter of fact, I'll have to make sure to save 2 events for part 79 in the second conclusion in American Clubman Cup 700 as the progress in 71% and full event directory by progress in 57%. I'll have to save by Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit and High Speed Ring. We'll be having 2 more races later on until I'll have to be ready to go by enter in the first race on World Touring Car 700. So I'll have to wrap this up before at the end of the video. One part for having 2 races is now being checked, and the other one for the next 2 races in same event will be spared later on as I'm about to be ready to go over to be entered to have one special event on the GTWS World Finals to have the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup in about 12 days left, along with one lap time challenge on the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 992 2022 at Daytona International Speedway, and Group 3 category at the Big Willow in Willow Springs International Raceway. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. Glad that you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more to see about my image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.